So we've begun the recording. We're at the High Times Cannabis Cup. This is 420. It's April 20th, 2013. Recording's beginning. Do we have any other cameras besides this one? No? Okay. Mike's going down. Mics are going down.
Stay tuned for the all-new Political Twist-Up Show, brought to you by Clio Cultivation and by the law offices of Targowski and Grow. The show starts after this.
Well, this formula is specifically to grow cannabis.
That's Ray Kogo for Kogo's Original Cannabis Formula Nutrients.
Now, everybody knows that large buds and tight buds come from genetics, and then the amount of light you use. The other part is having the correct nutrients that the plant's going to use. Mine specifically to grow cannabis, so it's going to get everything that it needs.
Ray knows what you may not. Those nutrient companies you can get in most grow shops are not cannabis specific. That means they take the stuff out of the bloom that your plant needs in bloom. You can get Kogo's Original Cannabis Formula Nutrients too. It's just 2 1-gallon jugs that make over 600 gallons of nutrients, all for less than $100. See the difference for yourself.
More trichomes, bigger buds, faster growth, and for less money.
Go to CANNABISformula.com or call Ray direct at 517-375-8998. That's 517-375-8998. Kogo's Original Cannabis Formula Nutrients. The law offices of Targowski and Grow remind you to stand up for your rights. Always treat law enforcement with respect, but if you're detained or arrested, stand up for your rights by repeating, I respectfully invoke all of my legal and constitutional rights. I do not consent to any search or seizure. I want to remain silent, and I want to talk to my attorneys, John Targowski and Daniel Grow. Targowski and Grow have the education and experience you need to be successful in Michigan courts. Call Targowski and Grow toll-free, 800-957-1069. The law offices of Targowski and Grow, 800-957-1069. So you're a medical marijuana patient. You need a caregiver, or you need some assistance. Let me tell you who your answer is. It's the Ant Farm. They're mobile. They come out and help you. It's Metro Detroit's #1 mobile service for medical patients. They're safe, discreet, and convenient. It's the Ant Farm. Call them today, 888-369-3320, or check them out at antfarmcc.org. That's antfarmcc.org. It's the Ant Farm, 10 to 10 daily. Call for details, 888-369-3320.
The country is moving toward marijuana legalization. This guy in Indiana, Mike Pence, because he took so much money from the prison guard lobby.
Well, there you go.
He's making the penalties for having pot even harsher. Why? Because the prison industry is losing their customers if we legalize pot. That's how sick it is.
Yes.
Human bodies are the way they make their money, so they will keep people in prison rather than give up their graft.
Okay, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are live in Denver, Colorado.
The majority of Americans now favors legalizing marijuana.
But it's public smoking, and, like Amsterdam, they don't like you to smoke on the streets there either. So.
It is still a federal crime to possess marijuana.
That, sir, is an extreme viewpoint. This is the Political Twist-Up Show. PoliticalTwistUp.com if you didn't know. Here to put you in the zone. Dealing with real issues, real relevant on the real radio. You're cooling out with the Political Twist-Up Show.
Hey, welcome to the Cannabis Cup in Denver, Colorado. Let me tell you, it was a long ride out here, and we are very happy to be representing the cannabis community on April 20th, 2013. It's the Political Twist-Up Show. You'll find us here Eastern Time every Saturday from 3 until 4 p.m. We broadcast live at politicaltwistup.com. This trip out here, Rick Thompson, who is our co-host. Rick is on camera right now. Can you say hello, Rick?
I can say hello, Rick.
Hey, he's trained well at that. Ryan Bringle behind him. He waved to the camera, Ryan.
Hello, Rick.
So,
what a fantastic crowd. You can probably see in the background on some of these camera shots all the people that are coming through here. The High Times Cannabis Cup has only been officially open for about 1 hour now, but already there's thousands of people in here. People are loving our live broadcast. We have body-painted gals over here. Hi, body-painted gals. Don't forget me after the broadcast. I'll be looking for you.
Is that all body paint?
Not all of it.
But most of it?
There's
Part of it?
A little something left to the imagination. But just a little something.
Well, for the people that are watching on camera, they got a little more than they expected today.
Well, it's not a PG-13 show, so.
Well, it's still a family show. It's the Political Twist-Up Show. We talk about hot-button political topics. This seems to be one that just doesn't go away.
And certainly here in Denver, we've got a great example of an alternate way of looking at treating cannabis here in the state of Colorado.
We have a lot of stuff prepared for you today. We'll be talking a little bit later on to many of the vendors that are out here. That's really one of the things that I think the cannabis community brings to this event, Rick, is the idea that it's business. This is industry. This is the first glimpse of industrial cannabis USA.
And I realize that a lot of our viewers are just going to be able to see our individual booth here. But this is an indoor-outdoor event, which means this giant expo center that we have here with literally, I would imagine, 60, 70 vendors here. There's another outdoor area exactly the same size with about the same number of vendors as well. And then there's a special medicating building over there with another 40 vendors. It's a huge example of what commerce can be had from this industry.
This inside part where we're at is just a speck on the map. I mean,
really? Yes.
And this is pretty big in here. If you go outside, and I took some tape, I'm hoping I'll get some tape up later of that video site, at least of that, what it looks like outside. This is Carnival. I mean, I'm borrowing an expression from one of the other guys, but because there's another event they call. Isn't there another event called Carnival?
Yes.
Carnival.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this has a festive.
Plus the 420 event.
Well, I mean, there's balloons, there's girls, there's
glass.
There's glass. Yep. Look right across the way from us. Look at all the glass over there. Can we get a camera on the glass?
One of the amazing things about this is the variety.
Spin your camera around and get the glass.
Yep.
Look at the glass over here.
The variety of different
spin
products and services being available.
He's got it.
Yep, the variety of different products and services available at this really show you. We got scissors cleaners. There's guys doing things, breath fresheners after you smoke. There's guys with automatic liquid dispensers so you don't have to lick papers. It's amazing.
They have a paper licker?
I'm not kidding you.
I want one.
I'm not kidding you. It's pretty cool, actually.
You're that lazy you can't lick a paper, Ryan?
My tongue is dry.
Well, for some of us,
I have dry tongue.
We'd rather not share the saliva of our friends.
Yeah, well, they're passing it around. What are you going to do?
You're my buddy. I know where that mouth has been. Don't lick my joint.
We ran into some of the people from, and we kind of set this up in advance about a week ago. I noticed that some of the people doing Facebook posts for the world's largest 420 rally, which is a different event separate from this one. It's happening a few blocks from here, in fact. It's really not that far away. Haven't had a chance to make it over there, but it's the people from Drugs, Inc., and they're Discovery Channel producers. And they actually, the producers.
That's Weed Country.
I know. Well, I'm saying there's a bunch of guys. I'm telling about the Facebook post.
Right.
Weed Country is the guys who are out here from Discovery Channel. The producers are out here. A couple of the guys from the show. We'll get them on the program.
I like that show.
In just a little bit. that's an interesting program because if anybody's ever seen the program, have you ever watched a program? It's about the alcohol. It's the
Moonshiners.
The Moonshiners. Yeah, the Moonshiners show.
I love the Moonshiners.
It's about the alcohol.
Weed Country is Moonshiners substituting weed. I mean, that's what the program is. It's the same. It's the outlaws versus the, it's the cops and the rock.
Revenuers, the feds.
It's the bad guys, the pot guys, versus the cops, the good guys. That's how they frame it. Right. But it's an interesting program. It's real people. It's real world stuff, and they're really going to be here. So we'll be talking to them just a little bit.
We are right next door to the Normal Women's Alliance. There are a lot of national organizations represented here. We have fantastic people in colorful clothing walking past us on the way.
They're everywhere.
Fortunately, that gentleman's clothing were not painted on. They
when you look at back in Michigan.